Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nenna, and I wasn't planning on letting my channel die out after I made the last two videos about my backwards growth and me feeling a little lost in my channel and maybe a little lost in myself as well. I decided that I would not bore you to death with just a white screen and give you something to look at while I kind of explain where I am and why all of a sudden now I'm not uploading after I said I would try my best to pick up the channel and to improve, and you guys all helped me with a lot of suggestions and I made some polls and you guys answered that, and it really gave me some sort of understanding which path to take and what you guys like to watch as well. So I'm really happy and grateful for that. And the plan was after the video to go and kind of renew the channel, pick up with a different attitude, and definitely try to listen more to myself and to others. And it didn't happen because after I made the two videos and was planning on the recording, I was playing with my cat, and he's currently laying in the bed behind me, so I'm looking at him while I'm talking. I had like one of those toys. It's not actually a toy for a cat, but or a toy in general. It's, you know, those tie wraps. You know, you have like tie wraps, like the little long things you attach to something, and you can like make a little knot in it and they'll be like really secure. You always have to cut them loose because they're like so damn tight. There is also one kind that's like almost like a stick, like a really flexible stick. It's really thin as well, and it's white, and it's like metal on the inside or some hard something else. It's like really flexible though. And usually wrap that around like foods, like bags and stuff, but instead of like the thicker kind you usually have on bread, it was like one of those wide ones. It doesn't really matter to the story, but I figured, hey, might as well, you know, go very much into detail because the story is just absolutely nuts. It's just nuts because it's unreal how much a small thing can cause problems. But yeah, let me actually get into the facts. It's really not that great of a story, but at the same time, I don't have anything to do right now, and this is the most exciting thing that happened in my life, and this is the reason why I haven't really started my channel, and I probably will not be starting the channel in maybe another good week, but I'll get into the facts and shit. So I was telling you guys, this white thing is really thin, and I was playing with the cat. Now my cat doesn't like very slow things. He likes fast playing, and usually when you play with him it has to be something like that thing that I used, and just kind of like maybe I'll insert some photos if I have time, but I was doing it like really fast, and usually just puts his nails in my hands, and I'm used to that, being a cat lady for the last 10 years almost, you know. I'm kind of used to that, so I don't mind it I don't mind it. It's not like he, you know, stabs me with his nails, you know what I mean? So it's fine. Just a little some scratches on your hand. You won't die from that, okay? And yeah, we were just playing on the bed, and he bit my pinky, and I was like, oh, okay. So I guess I came too close to his mouth. It was just like an accident. It wasn't anything major either. He just barely scraped like the top of my skin. It was like really nothing. So I continued playing with him rather fast, like I said, because that's what he likes. And when he plays with that thing, he opens his mouth and then makes like those biting motions while he puts his nails in the toy. So if you're a cat owner, you know what I mean. Some cats just like play with their mouths and try to bite everything, and some cats just like try to scratch. Some cats just lay in their ass and just like move one paw. But my cat is one of those that grabs it with the nails and then tries to bite simultaneously, so they can kind of like, I think it's like a dead like kill prey playing what he does, like a really kill to play to kill, really play to kill thing what he does, when he loves, whatever. It doesn't really matter what he did or why, but well, it kind of does. Well, not really, but okay. So I'm playing with him, and all of a sudden I'll insert, okay, you guys want to see it. It was just so ridiculous. Yo, okay, I have a video, so I'm gonna insert the video right here. So if you don't want to hear this, don't want to see the video, just speed through about a minute. playing, and all of a sudden he bit my finger. Now usually in a reflex, when he bites fingers, he stops. He like pulls back, stops, and he's kind of confused, like why is this soft? Like we're playing with a toy. Like he knows the difference, right? He knows. He's not that stupid. He kind of knows. And at one point, when he bit me, he didn't let go, and he started to like kind of shake his head like a dog does when you have like a dog toy when they shake their heads. That's what he was doing with my finger in his mouth. And then I hear like this, like, can I do this? I haven't done this in a while. But yeah, I was playing, like was like, oh, my finger, and all of a sudden I hear this, and I'm like, holy fuck. I was like, ah, you're like literally in the video you hear me, I was like, ah. And I gave him a smack in his face because he wasn't letting go either. I was like, holy shit, like this man just bit me. Oh my god. I am so what's the word? I'm so there's a word for that. I'm so disappointed in you. I'm just so surprised and disappointed. Like, oh, did my cat just bit me? Like the first time in almost 10 years. He's turning 10 in September. He bit me? Like this bitch bit me? And I know it's not his fault. Like we're playing and he already kind of bit my pinky, so I guess he was overexcited and he just like fucking bit me. So I'm like, okay. So of course it's bleeding. I have a picture here if you want some more pictures. Wow, I probably should put a lot of disclaimers here. But here's another picture of what happened. I'm like, oh my god, did you just, oh my god. So I went to clean it. I'm like, well, it's just a cat bite, right? So it's nothing major, literally nothing major. And I go and like I said, I clean it. I'm like, so I'm not sure. Like I was thinking maybe we should just put a band-aid over this, but something in me told me like just show my mom and see what she says, because I still live at home and I've never been bitten by anything. I mean, I've been bitten by a prairie dog once, also in my hand, but that was like really shallow, so I didn't need anything for it. But damn, like I was like, that was like obviously shocking. Like I go to the zoo as a little girl and I get bit by a prairie dog. Like, how the fuck does that happen? You told me. Anyway, but that was like the only thing I had ever like that bit me. So I was unsure what to do with it, because I'm just like I may be an anxious person at sometimes because of the disorder that I have, but I'm like not necessarily worrisome when I have something. So like I said, I showed my mom like, do I just put a band-aid over this? She's like, oh, you have to clean it. I'm like, yeah, obviously I need to clean it. Like, I know what, you know. So we put some surgical spirit over it. You don't know what that is? It's like alcohol-based infectant something we use it for pretty much everything. It stings like a bitch, but you know, at least to keep your hand, right? So oh my god. So I go there and I go to the bathroom. I mean the bathroom, and I kind of clean it. I'm like, this looks kind of weird. And it was a Wednesday, right? So I'm like, My mom's like, well, the doctor isn't in on Wednesdays, but or yeah, no, I don't know, something wasn't in. So my finger's looking really weird and shit. I'm like, okay. And what I realized after, well, I had to call the assistant for us. I'm here in the Netherlands. If you want to go to the doctor, reach a doctor, what you have to do is you call in a doctor, and he the assistant will pick up, and then the assistant will make an appointment for you at the doctor's, and then you go to the doctor's. We have like, I don't know if that's in other countries the same, but here you have to go through an assistant first who kind of gives you like good directions, whether or not it's necessary. You can just call in a receptionist and be like, hey, make an appointment. So I don't know if that's in another country or whatever, but anyway, I call. Doctor's like, yeah, if you have emergencies, press 1. If you have some other things, if you want to make an appointment to the doctor or something, press something. I don't remember the second one, but it was something stupid and useless. I was like, okay. Usually I press 3 to go get the assistant, and it was like nothing. I'm like, huh? Yeah, so the doctor wasn't in. I had to call another doctor. Call the other doctor. Doesn't pick up. Or the assistant in that case. I call the other assistant. Nobody answers. I'm like, okay. So I wait 10 minutes. I hang up. I wait 10 minutes. No, I called for 5 minutes, waited like 10 minutes, and call again. So this woman picks up. I'm like, yo, I just got bit by my cat. La la la. I'm not worried. Should I come in? She's like, yeah. Yeah, you probably should come in. So I'm like, oh, okay, I need to come in. She's like, yeah, you might need like a tetanus? Is that how you pronounce that, tetanus shot? We say tetanus, so I don't know if that's like tetanus. Yeah, I don't know. That's like, I've never really, I found an English word that I don't necessarily know how to pronounce. So I'm just gonna say I need to get a tetanus shot. And she's like, you might need to get that, and yeah, I need to see your finger. I'm like, I look at my mom like, is it like a lot more serious than I thought it was, right? Because it's like this little bite, you know, it's like not that deep. But if you see the video, you heard that sound, like, oh my god, that was my finger. You're like, imagine that. I didn't know fingers could make that sound. Like, honestly, I just don't know. So I go off to the doctors, to the assistant. She looks at me, she's like, when were you last entered for, tetanus? I'm like, I don't know. My mom brought like everything. She's like, yeah, when she was like, I don't know, like 3 and 9. And she's like, oh yeah, you probably need another shot. I'm like, like literally I was like, like that. I've always hated needles, and I don't do well with pain, so needles plus pain just doesn't go well with me. And I have pretty traumatic experiences from the doctors. There was one time where, as a child, someone tried to inject me with something, and instead of injecting me, she actually shot a needle up her own finger because I wouldn't sit still. And that wasn't last year, so don't worry. That was I think when I was under 10 or something, but I was just so incredibly scared of it, and I wanted to get out, and she literally like stabbed herself with a needle. So of course I'm a little traumatized by that. Had to go to the pharmacy, and there was like a lovely lady there helping me. Shout out to that lady, man. She was lovely, asking me questions like, oh, what happened? Oh, she had cats herself. She's like a cat lady. Like, had a fun conversation. And our doctors, it works like this: you go to the assistant, like I said, and she gave me a card. She said I had to go get my own prescription for the tetanus shot, and the doctor is literally like next to the pharmacy is literally like next door the doctor. So I just went there, had to get the shot myself, like, hey, come here for my prescription, get the shot, and had this, like I said, conversation with a lovely lady. I come back and I got in. So I sit there and she just injects me with this shot. I'm like, ugh. This thing, I don't know if you guys know this, but when I got injected with this tetanus bullshit, right, I okay, so because I panicked, my mom usually goes with me because I panic, and when I panic, I don't think rationally. I just kind of like, want to go. I also have this disorder, like the avoidant disorder, which does make me kind of want to run away from some things, and especially this, because I'm already freaking out, like, no, like, bitch, I may be 24, but at that moment, I felt like I was 4, and I was just completely panicked. Anyway, I'm sitting there, holding my mom's hand, and she puts the needle in, and then she like puts, because the tetanus shot, I don't know if you guys know that, but it goes right into your muscle, like fucking hurts. It wasn't too bad. I got my nose pierced. I have a septum piercing, and that shit hurt like 4 times like more than the shot did, which is good, because now, thanks to getting my nose done twice actually, because she did it wrong the first time, I no longer compare anything. Like, I can compare everything that I do to my nose. So everything I do now is like not that bad, because my nose was like horrible. Anyway, so I'm sitting there, right, stabs me, and then my head just kind of like, I couldn't move obviously because I didn't want to move. So she was like in my arm, like putting it in the muscle, and then I had my mom like holding my mom's hand, and then my head was just like going more and more to the right, like it was like my head was trying to escape, like only my head was trying to escape. It was the fun. Well, it's probably weird, like it's probably fucking weird to see my head just go all the way to the right while the rest of my body is just like still, but it just looks retarded when you see that, okay? But that's what I was doing. Oh my god, like this story just... Anyway, so I'm done and I'm sitting there, and at this point my finger had swollen up quite a lot, and I was like, oh, okay, great, and it's like just great. So okay, so she shot me, right? And then she's like, okay, we might need to put you on antibiotics as well. She's like, okay. So she was gonna ask her doctor, like not my doctor, but her doctor. The assistant works for the doctor we have more doctors in the same building, like, right? So the assistant was from another doctor, so she asked her who she was working for, that doctor. Didn't even check my finger, that doctor, mind you. Not even the assistant did that. She kind of like took a glance and she was like, okay, just put cold water on it, keep it completely still, don't use it for everything. So I'm like thinking, can't fucking use my hand. Okay, great, right? And yeah, so can't use my hand, great. So I go back to the lady for the pharmacy. I get 15 pills of antibiotic. I get like a whole bandage situation and like a compressed thingies, whatever it's called, and I had to put that on. I had to put that on my hand. So throughout Wednesday to Friday, I did that, but instead of it getting better, my hand just started swelling more and more and more. So I'm like, okay. So by the time my own doctor was already, back. So I go to my doctor Friday. I'm like, yo, no, I got bit by my cat like 2 days ago, and this is what it looks like. She was like, okay, you know what? I think you should go in. Because I was obviously the assistant first. So I go into the doctor, she looks at my hand and she's like, yeah, it's infected now. It's like really infected. So what I need to do was I need to take like hot baths for my hand and then keep it like elevated at all times throughout the day. Like don't lift anything, just kind of move it sometimes, but don't lift anything and don't do anything with it, pretty much. Just keep it elevated and with the cold, compressed cloth, I should call it, or what you call it. And just sit with that. And like, but this woman Wednesday told me not to move it, and now it's infected because I didn't move it, and now I have to move it because it's infected. You know what I mean? I was just like, really? I could have been done with this infection, like, because she said that if it really starts to get worse by Sunday, which is today, then I had to go to the hospital and get like an incision made or something. And I'm like, wow, great, just absolutely great. Because if I just didn't even think any better, like if I didn't go to my own doctor and be like, yo, like it's kind of fucked up, you know what I mean? I could have just gotten like an even worse infection. I was just like, like you don't think just a little scratch like this just causes so much shit, right? So much shit. And then to make things even worse, so the tetanus shot, obviously I had that Wednesday and it's not Sunday, but the place where it's done is like, it's like an egg. It's swole up so much. It's like I said, like the size of an egg. So I can't even sleep on my left side. I'm like, really fucking great. I can't sleep on my left side because I like to sleep on my left side like a baby. So I have to sleep on the right side. But how do I keep my hand elevated throughout the night if I cannot sleep on my right side? On my left side, I mean, because you can't really elevate your right hand on your right side, you know what I mean? So I was like, oh great. So sleeping has been like really stupid. Then I have to take antibiotics 3 times a day, so I have to wake up at 7 and eat, and I'm like, I don't want to eat at 7. I never wake up at 7 and eat. I just cannot do that. I eat around 10 or 11 because that's just what I like to do, because I'm not really active at the moment. So I feel like if I eat every 3 hours, every 6 hours, if I eat 3 or 4 times a day, I'm gonna gain weight so fucking fast because I don't do much, you know what I mean? And now I can't really do much, and I'm like, I can't really go to the gym with an infection and antibiotics. Like, I'm fucking tired. So you know what I mean? So I'm kind of stuck with the reality that I'm gonna gain some weight from eating all these antibiotics and having to eat with all of them and waking up at 7 and eating. I'm like, oh my god, just not okay. Okay, anyway, regardless. So yeah, I don't really remember what the point was again. Oh my god, I need to yawn as well. Excuse me. Wait a second. So yeah, tetanus, place, swell up to an egg. My finger's swollen. Have to keep it elevated. I'm like sitting here thinking, I am bored. Like, you don't know how useless your left hand is, because I'm right-handed, until you cannot use your right hand. Like, try playing Sims with my left hand, but because I need to keep my right hand elevated and I'm trying to play Sims with my left hand, mind you, another thing, so I've had digestive issues for a long time now, and I've been trying to figure out what it is, and I've been like doing blood tests, and the last batch came out fine. So now I had to like, maybe TMI, I had to like poop in a jar, you know what I mean, and like give it to them and be like, and get some allergy testing. So between the biting on Wednesday and Friday, I also had to get my blood done Friday. So this lady was kind of, I wouldn't say she was mean, but she was kind of like rough, and she stabbed me and it quite hurt. So imagine I'm like sitting there Saturday, like, oh, my left arm is hurting, there's like an egg in my arm, the muscles hurt, obviously just common side effects from the stupid tetanus shot. My right arm needs to be elevated, I can't bend it because the fucking lady stabbed the needle in so hard my arm hurts. Then I can't do anything because my finger hurts. And then the antibiotics are the worst because I don't know if you've ever been on antibiotics, but like literally they kill everything good and bad in your body. And for me, I already don't like taking pills because I have like this irrational fear of everything that comes to my body and I cannot take it out. It's like, ugh, just gives me panic. The only thing I can take out, literally, you cannot take anything out of your body. But food is fine, drinks is fine. It's just like a pill. My mind is like, oh, if it's liquid, I'm fine. It's just like the thought of a pill. Just, I don't know what it is. It's just irrational, like I said. Having to take that, like 21 pills of those because I got a prolonged subscription after I got Friday because she added 2 other days because it got infected. I'm like, oh great, just wonderful. Every time I take a pill like that, I get fucking exhausted, and I also get exhausted. Like, it's also a side effect from a tetanus shot that you get exhausted as well. So mind you, exhausted from one shot, exhausted from the antibiotics, and then they make me so nauseous all day, and they make me so bloated and headaches, and I'm just like, too much. But yeah, I managed to record. It took me from Friday to Sunday, which is today. It took me like 2 good days to be able to record this footage with you, for you, which is made with mostly my left hand and sometimes my right if I quickly, like for like a minute, just quickly like pressed things, and then it was kind of like, okay, and then I had to stop and switch. It was annoying, but I was like, oh, fine, great, I just want to make a video, and now I'm like cursed with all of this. Like, what did I do to deserve this? I know what I did. I played with my cat, but I was like, this is like life telling me, bitch, you should not complain about your YouTube, because look now, look at you now, your cat had to bite you just to put you in your place or something like that. Anyway, that is the long story, literally a long story of why I cannot upload. Hope you enjoyed it. I don't really have anything else to upload right now. Like I said, it takes me quite forever, so I might just, don't know, like this video is probably like 20 minutes, so I don't know if I have a cast for 20 minutes, but yeah, excuse me. It's long enough, I know, but like I said, it's all I have right now. So I hope you enjoyed my story time. It was, of course, fucking great. Hopefully you play this while you're doing something else, because if you have to sit there and watch the video for 20, well, you could if you wanted to. I mean, it's up to you, really, boo. It's up to you. Anyway, I am going to go, and while my finger hurts because I've been sitting here talking with my hand, I'm gonna keep it elevated again and be bored some more, and I have like another 2 hours before I have to eat again and take my second antibiotic of the day, which would be number I think it's number 12, 11, 10, 11, I'm not sure. My cat is licking himself on the bed behind me. I bet if I like pet him now, he's gonna bite me anyway. It's gonna bite me. Anyway, thank you so much for supporting and watching my channel. I will see you guys. Well, same difference. I want to see you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.